Hey everyone, before today's episode review starts, I do want to give you guys a quick little heads up about something that happened today. It appears that Sonic the Hedgehog is once again up for the Player's Voice Award at the Game Awards, and you guys know the drill. So, for those of you that don't remember, in 2022, Sonic Frontiers got robbed by Genshin Impact. That's why I started the Stat Squad Awards in the first place, because they completely screwed up in multiple different ways. But this would be a great win for Sega, it would be a great win for Sonic Team, and it would really go to show the great hard work that they put into Sonic X Shadow. So, whenever you guys have time today, please go to GameAwards.com, put in your vote for Sonic X Shadow Generations to get through round 1, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, it should last all the way up to round 3, just like Frontiers did, because the Sonic fanbase, we are loud, we are proud, and we will make sure to support our hedgehogs. So, yep, just put your vote in today for Sonic X Shadow, and enjoy the video. This is the one that has Sonic infiltrating Area 51, wearing a bootleg Dragon Ball Z Saiyan Scouter, and swearing, if you're watching the Japanese version. Now, yes, it's not the first time we've heard a Sonic character swear, because Shadow said damn all the time in Shadow 05, but this is an actual genuine curse word. I don't really consider damn a curse word. It's not. It really is not. But this is like a genuine curse word that comes out of Sonic's mouth in Japanese. Gotta love anime, right? Okay. Jokes out of the way, let's talk about the episode. What's up, what's happening, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Image DJ, no just for animation, including a hedgehog that runs faster than the speed of sound, as well as TV and movies. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to SoniCemberX. Welcome to my review of Season 1, Episode 2 of Sonic X, titled Sonic to the Rescue. This is a great episode that does a good job continuing off of the pilot, giving us a cool little action scene, and having Sonic reuniting with 3 of his friends from his world. So, it's a pretty packed episode. There's a good bit of story to tell, so let's not waste any time and dive straight into it. So, we are introduced to Chuck Thorndyke, which is the voice of, Chris's grandfather, Dr. Kai Narasu, Ella, Lindsay Thorndyke, which is Chris's mother, even though it's only by voice in this episode, Mr. Tanaka, Nelson Thorndyke, Scarlet Garcia, and Rouge the Bat. So, at least I think. No, Rouge was the last episode, my bad. This episode does have a bit of a smaller cast than usual, because for the majority of it, it's Sonic, Chris, and Chuck. And then later on in the episode, it's Tails, Cream, and Cheese. But that's about it. It has a pretty small cast in this episode, and it has a pretty centered, focused story. So, once again, there's a lot to talk about. It is a half-hour-long episode, so let's dive straight into the plot without any more hesitation. The episode starts out the morning following the events from the night before. Sonic and Chris are at Chris's mansion balcony, with Chris on the phone with his mom, and Sonic looking rather bored, as per usual. When Chris admits that he dove into the adult swimming pool, his mom becomes shocked, only to be relieved that he rescued a cat. And the Sonic gives Chris such a look when he's called a cat. Bro. It's funny. It's funnier when you see it rather than me explaining it. Much to Sonic's disgrace, claiming that he's a hedgehog, Chris responds that his mom would not believe her son from rescuing a blue talking hedgehog, and asks Sonic when and how did he learn to talk. To which Sonic himself does not remember, because remember, he's from a separate world. Chris then talks with his dad on the phone, who had been notified of the situation by his wife. In the end, Sonic shakes his head in dismay while Chris tries to feed his new and unusual guest cat food. Once again, leaning into the whole calling him a cat aspect. Since he checked on the internet that most hedgehogs love cat food. I cannot say whether or not that's actually real because I don't own a hedgehog myself. However, Sonic does not favor cat food. Chris suggests crickets, but that results in the hedgehog jumping away and going for a run. After some time, Sonic returns to the mansion and watches the incident of what happened on the night before on the news with Chris. The citizens being interviewed mainly claim Sonic was no regular animal, but he does not seem to care much about what the humans think of him in character. Just then, Chris's grandfather, Chuck, walks in and informs his grandson about the incident yesterday, only to see Sonic sitting there on the couch next to him. Sonic and Chuck stare at each other eye to eye before Chris covers Sonic with a pillow, suffocating him until he knocks the pillow away. After Chuck realizes this is indeed the blue hedgehog spoken of in the news, he grabs a screwdriver in an attempt to tinker with him as if he were a machine. This show's comedy, dude. It's so goofy and over the top, but it's so funny. However, Chris convinces Chuck that Sonic was not a machine and in fact a real talking blue hedgehog. At that moment, the TV presented them with video footage of Cream and her chow friend Cheese stranded on a billboard. They both want to be left alone from the firemen attempting to rescue them. Sonic is relieved to see that he was not the only one got sent to Earth, and races off to find them only to come back seconds later under the realization that he has no idea where he's going. Gathering at the mansion's garage, Chuck contacts the government and finds out that Sonic's friends were captured by the authorities before relocating them to a top-secret military base located in the middle of a desert named Area 99, obviously a parody of the real-life Area 51. Sonic notes that the military base shares some similarities with a typical base of Eggman. The government apparently hypothesizes that these strange creatures may be a new danger or mysterious threats sent to spy upon and destroy the world. Aliens. With Chuck wondering if they are right, Sonic, feeling insulted, decided to leave and rescue his friends himself, but Chuck does not allow it unless Sonic agrees for their assistance. Chris questions Chuck whether he is being serious about this mission, and his grandfather responds by telling him that he is being serious. Afterwards, Chuck reminds Chris that he would not want to have a boring life like his father's, giving him the opportunity for some excitement, so Chris agrees. The three of them drive off into the desert toward Area 99's location. Sonic complains about the speed they're moving at, while Chris gives Sonic a small infrared scope with a communicator. It's a freaking DBZ Scouter. I'm sorry, it's literally a Dragon Ball Scouter with a microphone, and a weird ear cup thing. But that's literally what it is. It's a Dragon Ball Scouter. I'm not even going to try to if, and, or but about it. It's a freaking Dragon Ball Scouter. Sonic can detect and avoid them. He then takes off down the road at high speed. After witnessing Sonic's speed, Chuck gets excited and hits the accelerator pedal hard to keep up with him. Meanwhile, in the research lab of Area 99, Cream and Cheese are being examined, much to their fear. Because they're inexperienced with this world and they're terrified of whatever's happening. Back on the road to Area 99, Chris tells Sonic to infiltrate Area 99 via entering an air vent, while Chuck advises him to think and act quickly when he's inside the facility. Sonic jumps over the gate, which alerts the facility that there is an intruder on the loose in the military base. But the cameras can't catch him because Sonic moves too quick. Once successfully inside the base, Sonic runs through several corridors unnoticed by the surveillance cameras and eventually comes towards the base of operations, where Cream and Cheese are being held and experimented on. At first, he was not able to do much due to the tight security around the area, until mysterious tiny paper airplanes destroyed some of the wiring in Area 99's electrical system, and therefore shutting down the facility's power. Sonic was able to break Cream and Cheese free from their confinement, but much to Cream and Cheese's disruption, they are noticed by the researchers. As Sonic, Cream, and Cheese run to escape, Cream comments on how Sonic was able to shut down the power, but Sonic responds that it was not his cause. Cream believes that it was probably the cause of luck, but their luck ran out as the power eventually came back on with the security surveillance cameras looking right at them. And since Sonic is holding Cream's hand, he can't run as fast as he wants to. The cameras open up their tops to reveal laser beam guns, and all of them are shooting at the heroes throughout the corridor. Sonic dispatches the cameras, but then had to help Cream and Cheese as the facility began to activate their lockdown procedure by sealing the corridors with doors. As they had to deal with more of the laser security cameras, another fleet of tiny mechanical paper airplanes flew by again and once again destroys the cameras, giving Sonic, Cream and Cheese the opportunity to proceed. As the facility was still in its lockdown procedures, the power dies down once again, but their laser cameras are now out of control as they are firing at random directions. Oops. While Sonic, Cream and Cheese run up the stairs, a laser blast from the camera destroys a part of the staircase where Cream and Cheese are standing, only to fall off and desperately holding onto Sonic's hand. Using all of his might, Sonic carries Cream as they jump from the broken staircase to climb up high into a safe area. Cream thanks Sonic for saving them while Sonic places his ear towards a nearby wall. Suddenly he hears the sounds of a plane. Sonic concludes that the plane must be the Tornado 2, meaning that Tails is on Earth too. He smashes through the roof of Area 99 with Cream and Cheese and escapes onto the Tornado. It is then revealed that Tails, of course, was the one who had sent all those ingenious paper airplanes in to help them, because Tails is a genius with mechanics. It is then revealed that Tails was the one that sent all those planes to help them. Seeing the plane with Sonic and his friends on it, Chris and Chuck return home. As Sonic's friends introduce themselves, Chuck takes interest to the tiny airplane's devices, and how Sonic and his friends ended up in the humans' world, while Chris asks Sonic to be more careful. Then everyone ponders about who else might have shown up with them. At the end, they realize that Dr. Eggman must be within their midst, and as proof, the Doctor is shown on an unnamed island inside his fortress, planning to take over this new world and build his Eggman empire on top of it, ending the episode. Yeah, once again, these episodes are very plot dense, so it's a mouthful, to say the least. But that's the episode. It's fast, it picks up the action, it keeps going with the laughs, and now we have Sonic, Cream, Cheese, and Tails all together at Chris's house. Cool. Let's talk about the regional differences, and there's a couple of these. At the beginning of the episode, there's a flashback to the ending scene of the first episode that's not shown in the English dub, more than likely for time reasons. In the Japanese version, when lasers appear on top of the camera, Sonic swears in English. This was removed from both the English and French versions. Yeah, Sonic literally says the word "it." If you don't believe me, look it up. It is one of the funniest things I think I've seen in a while. When Chris scolds Sonic for being reckless in the original, he warns about a war Sonic could have started. In the English dub, he just scolds him for risking an arrest. Because this is a kid's show, and 4 kids being 4 kids, they censored the crap out of it. And the following scenes are edited, cut, and shown below. Okay, let's take a look. What are these scenes? Comparison of the Japanese original and English edited versions of the same scene knows the text Ice Express International Logistics is removed. Don't know why. English version of the previous scene, note that the text in the background has been removed. I don't know why. Weird. After Chuck explains that Sonic and his friends were taken to Area 99, the English version cuts out a scene of Chris before showing an image of Area 99. Again, probably for time reasons. Alright, now for me to tell you all about the different titles and translations and the numerous other dubs of this show. Ready? In Japanese, it's called Infiltration Area 99. In Chinese, it's also called Infiltration Area 99. In Dutch, it's called Escape from Area 99. In French, it's called Zone 99. In German, it's called New Friends. Weird. In Greek, it's called Attack on Sector 99. In Hebrew, it's called Breach into Area 99. In Italian, it's called Rescue Mission / New Friends, again using that German name. In Korean, it's called Infiltration District 99. In Polish, it's called Infiltrating Area 99. Portuguese uses the same name as Japanese in China. Romania is Infiltration Zone 99. Russian is Escape from Area 99. Spanish is Infiltration 99. Spanish is Sonic to the Rescue. It's the only other dub aside from the English version that keeps the same name. Thai is Area 99 Infiltration Plan. That's a mouthful. And finally, in Vietnamese, it's Infiltration Area 99. Weird. Okay, now for some trivia. This episode can be featured on the Game Boy Advance video alongside Chaos Control Freaks. The Australian DVD gives the name of the episode as Escape from Area 99. The same title was used for the Russian dub. It is revealed that Sonic is ticklish after Chuck pokes him in the back with a screwdriver, who thought Sonic was a robot and tried to see if Sonic was wired together. Maybe a little subtle nod to Metal Sonic. Sonic is then shown yelping and then jumping out of Chuck's grasp. In the Cosmo Conspiracy, Tails wears an infrared scope/communicator similar to the one Sonic wore in this episode. And yeah, this thing comes back in Season 3, and Tails wears it instead of Sonic for reasons. We'll talk about it when we get to Season 3 in 2 years. Junichi Kanemaru revealed that he had ad-libbed during filming by saying Kuso in English, which is apparently the English translation for the word it. He later got an email from overseas detailing that the audience did not like this. Oh, come on, it's funny, shut up. The car that Chuck drives Sonic and Chris to Area 99 in resembles the Mercedes-Benz SSK driven by Lupin 3, as both Sonic X and Lupin 3 are both produced by TMS, another Lupin reference. And that's it. That is everything about Sonic to the Rescue. It's a fun, great, fast-paced episode that continues the plot, has Sonic reuniting with some of his friends, while also revealing that Eggman is still the villain here, to no one's surprise. It aired in the US on September 13th of 2003. Now let's go to the final thoughts. Right here. AKA the one where Sonic wears a bootleg DBZ Scouter, breaks into Area 51, and curses in Japanese. A really fun follow-up to the pilot that cranked up the action and the laughs, especially in the Japanese version where Sonic just flat out says, "It." And it's even funnier that that's an ad-lib. As well as reunited him with 3 of his friends, Cream, Cheese, and Tails, and introduces Chris' hilarious grandfather, Chuck. Sure, it starts off a little slow with the banter between Sonic and Chris going on for a little bit, not to mention the banter between Chris and his parents. But once it gets going, it's a great time. While I already talked about some of the voice acting before in the previous episode, I especially want to highlight Rebecca Honig, who you must know as Maria Robotnik in Shadow 05, for her wonderful and adorable performance as Cream the Rabbit. She does such a great job at capturing the character's innocence and gentle personality. Seriously, huge shout out to the voice actress, did a fantastic job. It successfully continues the momentum of the pilot while still keeping viewers invested, especially from the cliffhanger that hints at bigger things to come. It's a fun, fast-paced episode that feels much like an actual Sonic episode. In other words, it's doing its job. So, let's get to the final verdict now for Sonic X Season 1, Episode 2, Sonic to the Rescue, which is going to be an 8 out of 10. It's a great episode. I really enjoy this one, and the Japanese goof-ups just make it even funnier. So, great episode. Check it out if you haven't already. It's free on YouTube. Once again, the link will be in the pinned comment in the comment section down below. Alright, that is it for Episode 2 of Sonic X. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this almost every single day. And I will see you guys next time when we dive into Episode 3 of Sonic X, titled Missile Wrist Rampage. The one with Knuckles and Amy finally returning. We'll talk all about it next time. See you next time, my fellow hedgehogs. Lesson I will soon forget. So listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, don't miss your chance. And you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants.